Welcome to First Star Let's Chat, an athletic therapy podcast. I'm your host, James Gardner, certified athletic therapist, certified strength and conditioning specialist, yoga instructor, human being. This platform, for the pros, by the pros, anybody in the performance space, and beyond. Welcome here to share in the stories of professionals, experiences, journeys, learning along the way. It's a platform to connect, to network, and to be a part of a community that cares, with conversations that matter, experiences that resonate, and generate ideas, thought-provoking, organic dialogue, passionate pros. Brought to you as always by First Star Therapy, Mobility Tape, Epic, and Benchmark Athletics, in association with the Canadian Athletic Therapists Association. It's First Star Let's Chat, an athletic therapy podcast. Thanks for being here. Thank you for being a part of it. All right, we're at the tail end of World Congress 13 here in Maynooth, Ireland. We're in the podcast recording room. Probably some background noise as the buzz continues. We're with Daniel Morales, who is a student at Messiah University. Just no pressure here, but you're the first to present their research on the podcast here. Tell us about your research. Tell us what the process was like getting ready to, send research here, send your poster, and then what it's been like interacting with your own research, and then we'll go from there.
Yeah, for sure. Happy to be on. So the research, we completed it along with my three classmates and my professor last year. We started kind of the brainstorming and IRB process to get it approved in the fall, and then actually did data collection over the spring and putting it all together. So our research, we researched the acute effects of wrist tissue flossing on ankle and wrist range of motion. So kind of the theory behind what we were doing, it's not a clinically or peer-reviewed theory. It's kind of something that we've seen on social media. They were like, hey, we want to see if it actually is true or it works. But it's kind of just the theory of opposing joint theory. Basically, it's kind of how using different joints and how they're similar. So for example, we use the wrist and ankle, very similar joints, but to a different part of the body. So what we did, we got some participants, the voodoo floss, it's kind of thick rubber band-like material. So what we did, we had three different groups. We had a control group, they got nothing. We had a sham group, which was like it wasn't the exact voodoo floss or the wrap, but just kind of something else to put on the wrist, and then the actual intervention. So what we had them do was we ran them through a range of motion protocol at the wrist, going through a lot of different range of motion exercises. We obviously got their baseline measurements beforehand for the ankle, dorsiflexion, and wrist. So we assigned them to a group that was pretty random. We gave them the intervention, had them go through the range of motion protocol, and then measured immediately after. So we measured immediately after, and then also 30 minutes later on. So what we found was that honestly, it was interesting to see how it didn't matter what intervention they got, whether they were control, sham, or with the actual intervention, but there was a little bit of an increase in their ankle dorsiflexion. I don't know if I clarify this, but it was the opposite ankle. So say if we tested the right wrist, we wanted to see if it affected the left ankle in that theory. There was a slight increase in their ankle dorsiflexion, especially right after the intervention took place. But it wasn't super significant where it lasted long term or a big enough degree where it could be, groundbreaking and stuff like that. That's kind of the gist of it. Trying to simplify it.
I think that's great. I mean, simplifying a long project and the IRB process and what you did, and on a hot mic where you didn't know what you're coming into here. And as a student, you're in World Congress here A lot of people who've been doing this a long time, a lot of students here, educators, professionals across the board, across the globe. So thank you for doing that. Thank you for putting yourself out there. That's a big step. That's not everybody's cup of tea, but that's great. I won't challenge the research. I won't lead you anywhere with that. But at the same time, what was it like for you having a poster here? Is there anybody come and challenge it? Anybody come and talk to you about it? Did that help with engaging with the people that are here? Wherever you want to take that one.
Yeah, it was pretty interesting just how we got here as a class and my professors, because we're in class one day and we pretty much finalized our research and presenting it at our university and stuff. And he's like, hey, like there's this Congress going on, and why don't we send it there and see what happens? And we're all like, all right, sure, why not? And yeah, sure enough, we were lucky enough to have it here and bring it with us here and have it up for people to see and stuff like that. But no, it's been super interesting, just like hearing other people's perspective and their knowledge on this kind of topic. And actually, I think we saw one other poster project that was kind of aimed a little more towards like the range of motion at the ankle and measuring their dorsiflexion in the similar ways that how we measured it. So it was interesting seeing their ways and any compatibility in that and stuff like that. But no, it's been super fun and interesting to kind of talk about it and hear other people's thoughts and be challenged in that space. But yeah. I
love the takeaway, just sort of like we saw this on social media and we wanted to see if it was real or not. There's an element to that, right? Like in our space, as a student, I'm sure you get inundated with all kinds of techniques, and this is the thing that's going to solve whatever world issue we're talking about in athletic therapy, whether that's range of motion or strength, or in our space at home, it's like this one exercise is going to make your slap shot better. The reality of any of that is, well, we should probably put this to practice. Does it work? If it works a little bit, if it's an advantage for a student or for an athlete or for a human being, there's an advantage, whether that's anecdotal, experiential, or evidence driven by research. All of that counts in our space. And I think that's the takeaway for me here. But really appreciate your time, Daniel, obviously in presenting your material, both in the poster rooms, as well as, sitting here with me right now. We'll just switch gears to wrap this up relatively quickly.
Sure.
I know there's still things going on and probably, I don't know, bouncing around a lot with a lot of information right now. Any sort of key or significant takeaways from the time you spent here at World Congress outside of your research?
Yeah, it was definitely valuable. We had no idea what to expect coming in. I mean, this is the first time, at least I know I've been in an environment like this. But it's been super beneficial. I know my professors and even a lot of people here just constantly encourage, like, hey, just go and talk to people. Encourage just asking questions, making those connections. And it's crazy how, we all connect in such weird ways, whether it is in this kind of setting or interests outside of that. And especially just people from around the world and internationally, it's something cool to just hear their education, their background on their profession in that country and stuff like that. But it's been super beneficial for me just to network and get to know other people in professions and just pick their brain on their knowledge, especially as someone that's aspiring to be there at some point, hopefully soon, to be a professional. But hearing, a lot of just all the experience that's around here and the knowledge has just been so valuable and grateful to be here.
Yeah, well, congratulations on making it through. You're still standing or sitting, I guess, right now, and there is the final crake. I think I pronounced it right for the evening. The social to wrap this thing up. Go enjoy yourself. Go mingle, do the things, and we'll get this out to the world so that everybody can challenge your research or align with you in the future, man. Really appreciate your time. We chatted informally. This is semi-formal. There will be nothing formal tonight. So really appreciate your time, man.
Awesome. Thanks.
Thanks again for being here. Thanks for listening. Thanks for being a part of this community. Check us out online, firststartherapy.com. That's FIRSTAR therapy.com. Or email us with feedback, consult@firststartherapy.com. CONSULT@firststartherapy.com. On Instagram @firststar.therapy, and our podcast host @letschat.at. This is First Star Let's Chat, an athletic therapy podcast.